Welcome back, guys. I made a material where you can control the UVs based off of the location, so it like randomizes it depending on the location in the world, and it also controls the tint of the actual UV, so it helps to create more randomness and more of an aged look, as you can see here with the wood. And it also is applied to the metal sheets, so it gives me a more interesting look, more aged and weathered look, right? This side is where it was, and this is where we're gonna get. This only works in Unreal Engine 5.8. Okay, to get started, go ahead and just make a few meshes that you can use to see the effect. First thing we're gonna do is, in a blank area, create a material function. That is found right in their material and material function. I call this MF randomizer, and I made this very easy. So all you have to do is click this link and copy these nodes, Control C, and open up the material function and go ahead and paste that in. We just need this output node and link that together. Save it, exit, we're done with that part. The next part we need is to create a material. So right click, material, or just material right here. Master material. I call this one just randomizer. Open this one up, and once again, I made this super easy for us. We're gonna go ahead and click this link and copy and paste all these nodes. This first one goes to the base color. This second one goes to the roughness. Make sure you plug everything up to the right place. And this one goes to the normal. I believe it's that one right there. Then look for your material function. Control spacebar opens up the content browser. And in here, just plug all these up to their proper place. So that little copy and paste trick sets all this up properly for us. Go ahead and put that right there. Put that right there. Finally that. And that's it. That's all we need to do for this material. Now we'll go ahead and create a master material instance. Just a material instance. And call this one rusty, call it rusty metal, and I just put R for randomizer. Okay, open this up. I'm gonna move this to the side so we can see everything properly. Open this up like that, open this up like that, and yeah, so here we go. First thing you need to do is plug in your textures. I have some textures I've already made. I'll do it from over here. So a few ways you can do it. Once you find your textures, you can click on them, and just once it's highlighted like that, this little arrow will select it from the content browser, or you can literally just drag and drop them into the proper slot. And that's all we need right there. And I guess now we have to put it onto the mesh. So click all the meshes that you need this on. Same thing here. You just gotta find the material wherever you put it. I have it right here. This material instance. I'm gonna plug that up right there. And we can see our problem here. It's extremely repetitive. and that's a problem. So let's just start fixing that right away. I start to stretch out the UVs a bit so it just looks a little better. Now there's also the UV offset. Most people could get to this spot and make stuff like this, but then this is where things are a little better for us. We can move around the UVs randomly. And now we're in that spot where if you do make multiple instances in level, it's gonna go ahead and randomize it even more. So if you were to make like a giant warehouse, you would have no repetitive UVs anymore. So that's how that looks. Now, if we wanted to add a tint to everything, we just have to turn on this random tint. So I wanted it white so you can see the full effect. If it was like a, you know, different color type of texture, this wouldn't show as much. It would be a little different. But because it's white, we have a little bit of issue with the hue. So what you can do is turn down the saturation, and we at least get a little bit of that darkness around some of the panels. And now we do have a brightness, so if you did need to make some of them brighter, we can make it brighter. And you could also increase the saturation just a tad bit, just to give it a little bit of a off color so it looks more natural as well. So this is like a giant warehouse panels that you would see out. And that's it. Just mess around with that. Mess around with your material. If you're learning all this stuff, you probably know a little bit about it already. Wanted to make this really quick and easy for everybody. So there it is.